The world is changing year after year. Everything is becoming faster and it's way harder to get people's attention. People don't have focus. How is that reflected into the sport and especially water polo? The game needs to become way more interesting with more goals, with faster players who are playing different game. So it doesn't exist anymore that there is only a set or only a wing. Everyone needs to play needs to know how to play every single position. Just when we are speaking about the time for the offense, firstly it started as that there is unlimited time for any offense. So you could hit ball until you wanted. Then it developed to being 35 seconds, and for now it's 30 seconds. And also, they're discussing right now to cut it to 25 seconds. And you can see also after the man up, the time doesn't restart 30 seconds. So, what the point is that all the whole game is changing to be way faster than it used to be, so it could be more interesting. Before, it was easy to differentiate the position of the players based on look. Usually, the biggest players were sets, or the players with the longest arms, and the tallest players were goalies. Now, as you can see in the photo, all of the players are similar in a physical way because all of them are supposed to be playing all of the positions. That's why now it's not that easy to differentiate who is playing what based on the way that they look. Now let's go into the actual games from the past and now, and there you will be able to see the example of the difference in the game style from before and now. This is a game between Hungary and USSR, Russia at the time, and you can see how far they are from the cage. You can see that there is a clear distinction between the set and all the other players, and there is no any kind of movement from other players other than set. They're just staying there and waiting for the set to pass the ball or to draw an exclusion, or someone from outside will shoot. There was no drives, there was no any kind of movement from the outside players. Now when we are looking into the new offense, you can see here that it's only two players who are making the motion. All of the other players are basically just sitting and watching, and it's just way slower. And then as they're going into the offense again, you see that the players are going into their positions and they just stay there. So they just sit at the same position, and then another shot from the outside. While nobody moved, there was no any kind of the drive. And when you compare that to the Waterpolo nowadays, it's very much different for the reason that all the time in the game the players are moving. So also we're teaching in the school, if you stay at the same spot for more than 3 seconds, you need to do something. You need to make a stroke, you need to move. So this way of playing where you're just sitting and waiting for the ball or waiting for the set to do something, or then taking a shot from outside after 10 seconds of the offense, that doesn't exist anymore. The game is becoming way faster and way more interesting, and players need to adapt. If players don't adapt, they're not going to be playing. Now let's take a look at the man up from Spain. There is no wet passes, the ball is moving very fast and catch and shot, and it's way faster way of playing waterpolo. As you can see here, all of the players are moving. The player from the position 3 is going on the set position and is taking a shot that is basically for the centers, but also the left side players know how to shoot this kind of a shot. And as you can see, it's way faster, way more dynamic game. So we understand now in which way the game is going, and now the important part is what you need to do as a player to adjust to the new rules and to adapt to the game, so you are able to play and you're able to be interesting to the coaches and also to the audience. So the first part is you need to be able to swim fast. No matter if you're playing set or you're being a wing or a driver, you need to be able to swim fast, because again, even if you are set, you will be at some point of the game, you will be at the wing, and also the center defenders that you're playing against are fast swimmers. So that's a requirement for you to play Waterpolo nowadays, is to be a fast swimmer. By the age of 14, you already should define what is your main position. So, what is the position that you're playing most of the time? But still, you need to be able to play all of the other positions, because in some part of the game, you will find yourself playing different position than your main position, and you will need to know what to do there. Also, you are way more valuable to the team if you are able to execute on more than just one position, and maybe you can have two or three main positions. So maybe you can be playing a center defender and both left and right wings. So more positions you know how to play, better it is for you. And the last part is you need to know how to make fast decisions. No one wants to see you holding the ball for 10 seconds and thinking what you're going to be doing next. So you need to know how to make fast decisions. The process of making good decisions goes like this. First of all, success in water polo comes as accumulation of the good choices. Good choices are arriving from the experience. Experience is arriving from the bad choices, and bad choices or decisions are arriving from the action. So what you need to do is you need to take action. Sometimes you need to make a bad decision so you could gain experience, and then with that experience you can make good choice, and with the accumulation of the good choices eventually you can become successful in water.